podcast. I'm Glenn Rubenstein, joined by Matt Morgan, and we're going to talk about SmackDown tonight. Oh, what a SmackDown, Matt. So much happened tonight. You got your Roman heel promo. It all came out. We got a new number one contender for the Universal Championship. We got some huge news in the WWE today that could impact things with a lot of your favorite talent, and we'll get to that and more. A lot happened tonight. I thought tonight was a perfect mix of things happening and them teasing things happening that are going to keep us watching. Yeah, it was good, man.
It's exciting. I just told you before we started, I loved the start of this show. I was so pumped. This was awesome, and I loved that they gave it to us finally. They gave it to us. Of all these years, this guy's done right by you, and that wasn't good enough for you. You know, I love that. I know it's predictable, but with WWE lately, just because it's been predictable, they haven't really given it to us. So I was really happy to see them give that part of the heel promo to us.
And it's kind of amazing that they were able to do this tonight. So I don't know if you were on social media today and saw the exclusive that Wrestling Inc. broke about Vince McMahon threatening to punish WWE talent engaging with third parties. This was all over Twitter.
Third parties doing what?
Okay, so let me just get into the story. So Vince McMahon issued an edict this past week that talent can no longer engage with outside third parties, which would presumably include platforms like Cameo and Twitch. WWE held a call with talent last Sunday regarding the reinvention of their product, and during that call, it was said that WWE owns the real names of talent, not just their character names.
What?
And yes, and Vince McMahon followed that by sending a letter on Thursday. I've seen the actual letter saying that basically, it's imperative that they promote and protect the brand in every conceivable way, and then talent has 30 days to stop engaging with third parties. The exact quote is, "Some of you are engaged with outside third parties using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company," McMahon wrote. "It is imperative that these activities be terminated within the next 30 days by Friday, October 2nd, and continued violations will result in fine, suspension, or termination at WWE's discretion." And then he wrote closing saying that these actions are necessary as part of WWE's rebuilding process as they enter the next phase of growth at WWE. And people are now wondering how much of this is legal, given that these are independent contractors.
It's not.
It's been a heavy critique. Now, there's a couple ways to interpret this, man.
You cannot own somebody's birth name. You cannot. That means am I going to get a letter? If I ever go to an autograph signing or something like that, as Matt Morgan, my birth name, by the way. No.
Hey, Matt, we don't like you doing this Wrestling Inc. podcast.
Right. So
you want to get those royalties.
Here's the good news, folks. If you ever want some of your favorite WWE superstars to go to AEW, Vince, you just gave them a surefire reason to bounce on you, brother.
Yeah.
Mark my words. There will be talents that will not put up with this. I promise this.
Just out of curiosity, what's the last royalty check you got from WWE? How long has it been?
Oh my God, 27.5 cents. No, from a Zimbabwe action figure sale. No, I don't know. My wife knows all that stuff. I have no clue. I can't imagine a lot.
Yeah,
maybe $500. I don't. $250. I had no idea.
Hey, it's something. But so the reading the writing on the wall and between the lines here of this, it seems like primarily what they're trying to crack down on are two things. One is Cameo, because WWE's been doing virtual meet and greets around things like SummerSlam. And then WWE, I'm sure, saying, hey, Alexa Bliss, you're getting $400 a pop on Cameo doing these shout outs to people. We want to sell $200 meet and greets with Alexa Bliss. We'll cut you in on the money. I see that's where they're...
and I'll be honest, when I catch, I seen AJ doing something where he was talking about like his boys leaving. Yeah. And it was on his Twitch. I was like, wow, WWE's letting these guys do all this crap now? Yes. That's pretty cool. But in my head, I was like, as a business owner, I'm like, they're giving up a lot of good content for WWE is able to cash in on it though. The business person in me thought that, but, so there's a way to do it that way. There is, but by the same token, I don't like the fact that they think they can own your name. I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, I think Twitch is the second part. So I think it's really Cameo and Twitch. And with Twitch, they're concerned about things leaking, people saying stuff off the cuff.
I would worry about that too, because you could mess up. All it takes is one mess up.
People are speculating, does this mean Bruce Pritchard is going to have to stop doing something to wrestle with Conrad Thompson? Does this mean Xavier Woods is going to have to stop doing up, up, down, down on YouTube. Corey Graves and Carmella have a delightful podcast called Bear With Us. It's about their relationship. Are they going to have to stop doing that as a result of this?
Wow. I didn't know they had a podcast, but oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Good point. Like, yeah, why would you want to take that away? See? Okay. I don't know. I know this is going to push people to leave. I would.
If I were Xavier Woods, I'd walk.
AEW pays good money. And you have the freedom, to have fun in wrestling again. And also at the same time, go do your thing. You got to go discover who you are. The only way you can discover who you are sometimes is to get away from the machine, because the machine oftentimes tells us who we are. Yeah. I was stuttering Matt Morgan, or I was Brock Lesnar's lackey, Matt Morgan. Yeah, it wasn't like the blueprint. I didn't find that part of me until I left, or do other things, outside projects, even in some acting roles and things like that. All these different things, I get to figure out who the hell I am as a man first. And then got to figure out who I was as a wrestler second. Yes.
You unleashed the beast on American Gladiators. That would not have happened had you stayed
right. Oh my God! And Dixie Carter, fought for like hell to make sure I was able to get back on that show. Paid her own money to make it happen with her own attorneys. She's the shit for that.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of opportunities out there. I don't think they're going to be able to enforce this, and I think all it will take is the locker room pushing back against it. I think Cameo will be the one they give up, right? Because WWE can do their own platform. They could do the same thing. They could pay them the exact same amount of money.
Right. Me too. But the other things, like you said, up, down, down, keep that. That's a huge hit. For the company, I'll argue. Makes the company look hipper. Hipper. God, I'm getting old. Cooler. Nobody says hip or hipper.
James Potts, $2 super chat, reminding us that Cena said on Howard Stern that WWE owned his name and intellectual property. I remember that interview. That's where John Cena. You learned a lot about John Cena and what John Cena was doing outside the ring at the time. Google that on YouTube. Justin Lopez, $5, saying, I'm sure stuff like AJ asking his son if he watched Raw and his son replying with, Dad, I don't watch WWE anymore, made Vince thrilled.
That's frigging hilarious, by the way. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's crazy. So thanks to everyone hanging with us tonight in the chat room. Yeah. We're going to talk about SmackDown, get into all this. So much happened tonight. This, Ethan Kaufman hits the nail on the head, $5 super chat. SmackDown so much better than more interesting than Raw. The stories are better. They make sense. Still pissed about the iconic split.
Me too.
About that more.
Me too.
And the way they did that was so bad. So
real tag team, real best friends. Why would you? I don't get it.
Yes. So we opened with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. And this promo tonight, Heyman saying that people think that Heyman corrupted Roman, but it's Reigns that corrupted him. And talking about that Roman's done all these things. He's got this response from the fans.
Yep.
Talks about family tribes. This was really, really interesting. And even building up this Clash of the Champions opponent that was going to be determined in this Fatal 4-Way tonight. So, this was a full-on heel promo. Taking shots at Michael Cole, referring to Graves as Carmella's latest boyfriend. This was crazy tonight, but it really opened it with a bang.
Bang is right. Even the pyro, the entrance, huge superstar entrance, only fit for a champion. I'm telling you, I am driving the Roman Reigns heel train. Love it.
Nelson Marino, $1.99, saying Roman Reigns heel turn, best thing happening in WWE.
Dude, by the way, how jacked does he look right now?
Oh, he looks great. It looks fantastic. And you look good with Paul out there. I think that this could go in a lot of different directions. And given who the number one contender is, we'll get to that. I really have no clue what they're planning, but it's exciting though.
Yep.
So we got this number one contenders match, Heavy Machinery versus The Miz and John Morrison tonight. And then right before that, we had an interaction between Roman backstage with Jey Uso greeting him, and this kind of teased where they're going with this. I have no clue what's going to happen with the storyline, but I'm really, really interested to see where it goes. We'll talk about the Fatal 4-Way.
I mean, as far as I'm saying something to him, like.
Yeah, okay, so they walked up to Jay. Roman greeted him. Jay Menson's trying to get in touch with Roman. And they made it seem like there's just a little bit of a rift there, and I think that this could go a couple different ways, right? I don't think this is going to be a friendly competition between cousins.
No.
At Clash of Champions.
No, it's a good first, my opinion, a very good, it has family storyline to it. There's some realism there. Superstar Raymond Reigns, folks. Raymond Reigns. Roman, too cool for school to pick up the phone. He's a big superstar now. Can't even get back to his cousin.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We can all relate to that. I love the heat. Love it.
So Heavy Machinery came out tonight. Wearing t-shirts that said "Body by Steak." My first thought was,
isn't that so funny? Didn't you guys all just die laughing?
Timely Body by Jake joke there. So I tweeted and I tagged Body by Jake, who's on Twitter, saying, "Hey, does this perhaps infringe like the trademark of Body by Jake, or is this parody?" And Body by Jake responded to me saying, "Hey, I love the WWE, so I'm gonna let this slide. Too good, don't quit." So,
but you're allowed to parody, as we've seen with the Jim Cornette t-shirts.
But I mean, no offense to Mr. Body by Jake. When's the last time you thought about like that's not a relevant joke?
No. But still, by the same token, you're missing the bigger. Maybe you're not, but the bigger thing here again, it's another fat joke. It's stupid.
Oh yeah.
That's so stupid and lame.
And it's dated. I mean, it's so
dated.
Like I guarantee you, people younger than us don't even know what Body by Jake is.
Oh, I promise it. I will promise at least 70% of this audience has no clue. None.
Yes. None. He was like, so for people that don't know, like after Richard Simmons, Body by Jake was like the second big celebrity trainer that was ever of our era, not like Jack LaLanne and the people that were way earlier.
No, but wasn't he an actor too?
Yeah, Jake. Why am I blanking on his name? He cameoed in a ton of stuff as like people's personal trainer.
But Jake he's a good guy. He's a very positive person.
Jake Steinfeld.
There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, WWE finger on the pulse of timely references.
1986, we're talking here, folks. Yeah.
Yeah. But good for him. He seems like he's doing well. Anyhow, Heavy Machinery won this match. They're the new #1 contenders. But the real drama happened with Morrison stealing the Money in the Bank briefcase after. Does he have the Money in the Bank contract now? What does this mean?
I hope so, because I hate that Otis has it.
Well, no, the punchline payoff later, Matt, was that Otis had a sandwich in there and he kept the real contract in his lunchbox.
Yeah, but maybe this goes somewhere. Maybe this is a thing to come, because that was my first prediction. There's no way Otis will get a heavyweight championship match. You know what? Maybe now Roman's a champion. He does, and he just completely jobs him out in like 1 minute. Who knows? Who the hell knows? I just don't like the fact that he has that briefcase, but whatever.
And it's funny that this happened tonight with the lunchbox drama on the day that Authors of Pain were released by WWE.
What? AOP was released?
AOP is released.
Ooh.
Kind of speaks a lot about where they see the tag team division.
There is no tag team division.
There is no.
There just is not. There's not a thought process behind it. There just isn't. There is no, how can we beef up our tag division? They don't think that way.
Yes. So.
Damn.
I know. I mean, okay, so Big E was backstage with Drew Gulak and Lucha House Party, had a cake for Xavier Woods' return.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier's shown up, supposedly. Big E goes backstage, and then Sheamus beats the crap out of him. Kind of a vicious beatdown in the backstage area, putting him on the hood of a car, breaking the windshield. I mean, this was one of the more vicious beatdowns I think we've seen in a while. And then I love that while Big E is in the background being loaded on a stretcher and tended to by medical professionals, Sheamus is in front of him cutting a promo backstage and saying, what does this mean for the Fatal 4-Way tonight for the #1 contendership? This was just a beautiful piece of production tonight.
It was. This was good. This was great heat. This was very real. I felt, Sheamus has done some pretty good work lately.
Yeah, the gimmick though, man, the 1930s dock worker.
He plays. I could have sworn he played something similar to this in a movie, an Irish movie. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever. His work has been good,
though. Justin Lopez, $5, saying, I'm glad that Big E was written out of this match. He needs to be built more. I could see him challenging Roman at WrestleMania. I think tonight, between this and what happened with Sasha and Bayley, I like that we did get kind of like a pause on two big matches we were afraid were going to happen at Clash of Champions, right? Bayley versus Sasha and Big E versus Roman Reigns. I like that they recognize they've got two must-see feuds that the fans are really salivating for, and they're putting a pin in it for now and saying we're going to wait and give this the right build.
But with Sasha and Bayley, they need to be very careful, because we've seen this before with Sasha and Bayley last year or the year before that, where we were waiting forever for them to feud, and not in a good way. If you remember, it was like, finally, will this just happen already? We want them to go their separate ways. Like, don't you remember this? We were annoyed and frustrated. But right now they're the best thing on the show. Their act. But you're forgetting. Last year it was terrible. Maybe a year and a half ago. Not them, but WWE taking their sweet old time. Are they going to break up or are they not? They did all these misdirections and miscalculations back then, and it kept looking like they were going to fight. And we were annoyed by it. So my point of this little tangent here is the fact that WWE has already shown they could screw it up. So my fear with this, if they keep dragging it out, they'll find a way to screw this up for them.
Well, they're not going to couples therapy or team therapy after.
Thank you. Tonight. Good memory. See, that's okay. You remember. Good.
Yeah, but they did it. But I see what you're saying about the way they did it before, and yeah, that was the problem. I mean, tonight was overt. There's no coming back from this tonight.
Right.
You know.
Right. I don't know. I just don't want to take too much more time to get there. That's all.
So we had, from the opening promo to the end of this match and the aftermath after, this was like almost a good 45 minutes tonight. It was beautiful. We had Bayley and Sasha cutting a promo about facing a rematch against Shayna and Nia for the WWE tag team titles, of course, after they lost them at Payback. Good build up, talking about how they didn't know what to expect before tonight. They were ready. We get into this match, and this was just fantastic back and forth. I even like the little sidebar with Cesaro and Shinsuke kind of hyping it up with the backstage video as Nia and Shayna were coming to the ring. I mean, this match was great. I thought there were so many situations where Shayna and Nia looked dominant. I mean, good with the stereo moves and the swings. I loved how they did the pin this time, and it was Nia that got to pin both Bayley and Sasha. Between this match and their match Sunday, I mean, I know we criticized WWE for not featuring more women's matches, but I have to say, like, these were two absolute bangers. Each could have been a main event in and of themselves between Sunday and tonight. And I recommend that everybody watch this.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Also,
very dominating.
It looked good, man. And I think that Nia getting that double pin was fantastic at the end.
Me too. Very believable, too.
I have now determined that Shayna and Nia, I will refer to as Shania Payne, is my tag team name for them. And that's what they will be going forward.
It's pretty good. How do you explain the Sha part?
Shayna, Nia. Nia.
Did you really make that up?
I did. This was like, as I started sipping my first cup of coffee for the day.
Our trolls in our chat room are going to take this and they're going to give it to them, and WWE is going to make money off this. So I want everyone to download and remember this moment in time. When this comes on a t-shirt, Glenn thought of it.
Yes. They looked fantastic tonight. And
they did. That was awesome.
But here's the thing, though, Matt. Okay, so
this is great for Shayna, by the way. This is awesome for Shayna.
Absolutely. And look, so here's the thing. Sasha's knee got messed up during the match. It gave out. So their EMTs, they're tending to her after for a considerable amount of time.
Yep.
And they're really selling this.
Yeah.
So when Bayley goes to help Sasha out of the ring after they lost tonight, Bayley starts attacking Sasha. And this was probably, if not the most, top 3 most vicious women on women beatdowns that we've seen.
I'll go a step further. I'll say any sex beatdown. Honestly, I'm not just saying to be PC. I'm saying it because of the emotional attachment between these two. Like, think of all the characters in wrestling we watched over the years. Be tag teams, 2 singles acts being forced to be a tag team, right? And the mega powers eventually explode, right? Usually there's something they do a good job of making us emotionally invest in why the split happens eventually. Not like this. This was so like when you say vicious, I think it was also vicious, not just because of the physicality, but the raw emotional beatdown that was behind it, if that makes sense. Oh my God, this looked like a legit shoot fight. This was awesome. Awesome.
It did. I think, okay, so the most, to me, and I saw this in person, I didn't see it on TV, but when Kevin Owens beat up Chris Jericho, like, that's my gold standard.
Oh, well, you know what? That's a good one. I was uncomfortable watching that, actually. Yeah.
I watched that in person. I was like, this is really uncomfortable. I don't know how it looked on TV, but in person, it was bad. But this looked really good tonight. I liked Bayley trash talking, saying like, oh, she's the boss now, Michael Cole. Come on, Matt, though. If she would have been like, and this is for stealing Matt Morgan's name, I would have popped. That was the only thing. Wish list. That would have been the one thing I would have liked to have seen. But no, I think that Bayley had so much aggression, so much emotion. Here's my question, though, right? Okay, so people are speculating Sasha's out now with an injury because of this. It was so severe. Maybe she returns at the Rumble, wins, then challenges Bayley. We get that WrestleMania storyline we wanted to see. But you're now taking off half of the stars of WWE. Now, Roman's back, which is going to help carry some screen time, but Sasha and Bayley have been everywhere. They've been the best thing on every episode they're on. And now we're going to have Bayley solo for a while again. This is actually a bit of a risk on WWE's part, but I think it's going to be a more satisfying and meaningful feud to have Sasha come back and then feud with Bayley.
100%. I agree with everything you just said.
Arian Gomez, $5, saying Sasha Banks was great tonight.
She was.
Truly a superstar and should be presented the same way as Becky Lynch. Also love Bayley interacting with Michael Cole as well. I
don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and Sasha, a huge baby face after tonight.
She's and I saw it. I don't know if you guys remember it. When she lost that match, when they lost the championship belts, the tag titles, I said, Sasha has so much sympathy on her right now just for her facial expressions after they lost the belts. And she was just looking at Bayley like she's ready to cry. And I felt so bad for her in that moment. I was like, holy shit, Sasha Banks could be a really good babyface here. And then this week, times 10 of being a great babyface, of sympathy. Awesome. Awesome. All the way around. Awesome. Awesome. Beatdown. Awesome. Sell job. Everything. Perfect. So far, this show is almost perfect.
So who do you pick for Bayley to face at Clash of Champions?
It really doesn't matter, right? Because it's just a placeholder to get to Sasha eventually.
Yeah, but it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be good.
It's not going to be somebody that's going to take the title from her.
No. I mean, I could see. I don't know what's up with Alexa, but I think Alexa could be good. I think Naomi could be great. I think Lacey could make sense.
There's one people I'm sick of them, especially Lacey. I'm sick of Lacey getting beat.
Maybe Nia challenges for a one-on-one opportunity. No, they're going to have to defend this tag titles that night at Clash of Champions. So I don't know who it should be.
It's just a one and done, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah. Terry Allen Jr., $3.44 super chat saying AOP wish them success. Vince is heartless in releasing them. It just seems sort of out of nowhere. Justin Lopez, $5. Sasha needs to come back at the Rumble as a surprise entrant and win it. As I say all this knowing WWE shall return next week. If she returns next week, that is the biggest fumble I can think of in quite some time of what should be an absolute slam dunk to mix sports metaphors. On this. Nia Akira is asking $2. Does Jericho look like an Oompa Loompa Saturday? Tune in tomorrow night when it'll be.
It's a La Champion to you.
Yes. Tomorrow night, where it'll be Matt, you, Sam Adonis, and Raj.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, should be good. Sam Adonis, America's sweetheart. Everyone on the Wrestling Gang podcast loves him. I like Sam too.
Dude, this is totally all right. We're just gonna get this real quick. Remember Brady Bunch? The Brady Bunch. Who was the kid with the glasses that came on? Was that Sam?
Cousin Oliver. Yeah.
Hashtag Cousin Oliver.
Wow, you're trying to really build up a feud.
All right. Do you remember what was the youngest Brady?
Bobby.
He had heat, if you remember, when Oliver came there. Bobby was not okay with it. People don't remember this.
I feel bad. I want to apologize right now to Michael Wiseman, who used to host Fridays with us. I think I did call Michael Wiseman the cousin Oliver of the wrestling podcast once. And in hindsight, that does seem like that was kind of mean. I didn't mean it to be mean.
Mike's our boy. He knows you're joking.
Yeah, I like Mike.
Mike's a good dude.
Justin Toner, $5. They set up the turn during the match. I saw at least 2 times when Bayley was calling for Sasha to tag her, but Sasha went for a pin or submission instead. Man, it's just good storytelling all around tonight.
Yes.
So after this, and I feel bad that Sami Zayn had to follow this tonight.
Somebody could, it's him. Go ahead.
Yeah, yelling for Hamilton to introduce him as the champion. Hamilton saying it wasn't his notes. I like Sami getting the headset and yelling at production in the back. Jeff Hardy coming out to the ring, arguing with Sami, AJ Styles making his way out. I think this could be an amazing triple threat. I wonder if they're going to save it for Clash of Champions or give us to us next week on TV. But I like Sami with his old IC title belt, Jeff with his belt, and put AJ in the mix. And this feels like a really hot 3-way feud.
It improves it immensely. All right, you've got great storyline and great promos now added to the Intercontinental Championship picture because of Sami Zayn and AJ. And now you get great in-ring work with all 3 guys, but mainly AJ, I'll say, and Sami. Was it Raj that said he looks like he's from Antifa now? Sami Zayn? I could have sworn he did. But, I'm still trying to digest his look.
There's just so much hair.
I love Sami. I do. I'm just. Is that maybe that's the heat? He's an Earth Nugget now, right? A tree hugger, if you will. And maybe that's the heat. I don't know. I just know it's cool to change your look. I love Sami Zayn. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him, or Vince stupidly mischaracterize or cast him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he'll do that. And Sami is a stud of all studs. He needs to just get live mic week after week. And I'm entertained.
No, I agree. I thought he was fantastic tonight. Still comes across as a star. It's interesting, though, him being back. So I thought the surprise entrance tonight in that Fatal 4 was going to be Daniel Bryan. Because I thought if Roman's back, if Sami's back, thought Daniel would come back. So I have to admit, Jey Uso was a little bit of a
letdown. I agree.
But him winning, though, I mean, talk about the classic Cinderella story. I would say this is probably as unexpected as when Jinder Mahal became the number 1 contender and then went on to win a championship. Just in terms of someone who hasn't really been booked as a single star or someone who gets those championship opportunities.
Well, he's a definitive tag team wrestler his whole career.
Yeah. And he's catapulted now immediately into a title opportunity.
But it will be a one-off.
We'll see, man. Steve Marcuccioli, $4.99, saying, who'd you like to see Charlotte work with when she returns?
Oh, man. Anybody, because I'm her biggest fan. I love Charlotte.
I wonder if they bring her back to... No, see, I don't think they're going to take that title off Bayley, so I don't think the Charlotte versus Bayley would be a mistake.
It would, and Charlotte is such a much better heel.
Yeah.
I think. Even though she wrestles like a babyface, her promos are more heelish, though. So
the question on everyone's mind, before we talk about this Fatal 4-Way to crown a new number 1 contender, question on everyone's mind tonight, we saw a pair of legs in high heels with a fur coat walking for about 30 seconds, just teasing something coming soon to WWE. Some people speculating this could be a repackaging of Mandy. This could be repackaging of Carmella. Maybe it's Chelsea Green. Maybe it's Vanessa Bourne or someone coming up from NXT. Me and others made the Emelina joke in regards to this.
It could be anything. It could be anybody or anything. That's what's cool.
Eva Marie versus Bayley, I have to admit, that would be a pretty good one-off.
Eva Marie? Everything Eva Marie?
Oh, yes.
Tons of heat on her, for sure.
I know.
And the internet hates that poor girl.
I know. But I think it would be unpredictable. I don't know. And then we had a short Firefly Funhouse, and this was kind of interesting. But again, they did this sort of masterfully. Bray just saying, hey, everybody, next week we're going to have a new friend in the Firefly Funhouse, teasing that. And then we had a quick backstage thing of Alexa looking like maniacally happy and hugging Nikki Cross. And that was it, teasing further that like something's up with Alexa. So I have to say tonight, and we'll talk about this main event, but tonight was amazing that stuff happened. We had satisfying payoffs. And at the same time, they did a really good job of saying, shit, well, what's going to happen next week?
They really did. I want to watch. Like, I want to press fast forward to get to Friday already. I agree.
Compare this to Raw, and it's like night and day difference.
Night and day. Stole the words out of my mouth.
So, talking about the main event, Antoine Fair, $5, saying Jay is there to get killed to show how much of a killer Roman is. And it's going to be great. # heel Roman.
He's correct, because if Roman will do this to his own family, his own blood, what's he going to do to everyone else? He's correct.
J. Russell Harris, $4.99. Hey, guys, can you give your best prediction on what the WrestleMania matches will be from recent events as of late? Just curious to hear your thoughts.
Jeez, Christmas. Are you serious?
Well, Bayley versus Sasha.
I would hope they can get there. Yes. Who else did we say the first one? Oh, Roman versus
Big E.
I hope Big E.
Yeah.
Who else we got here? Because we don't know about Brock. Brock could always eventually come back. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know with Drew. Drew versus Seth again seems kind of boring.
How far out are we?
From WrestleMania, we're about 6 months.
Okay.
7 months.
Honestly, so much can happen, but I apologize, J. Russell Harris. So much changes with this company. I don't even think what's his name will be the champion still by then. I really don't. Drew. I hope he is. Yeah. I just don't think he will.
Yeah, I mean, I could see if the Riot Squad got on a hot streak and Shayna and Nia were still.
No way! You got to be kidding me.
Really? Well, in women's tag team, okay, so you just broke up the Iconics. Shayna,
which is so stupid. That was so stupid.
Bayley and Sasha are done for. What other women's tag teams do you have right now? You've got the Riot Squad, and you've got the champion.
Bring up some NXTs.
I know.
Get them on SmackDown and get the show even better.
Yes. John Lawrence Cobra Kai, $4.99. That's good. Fatal 4 finish was obvious. Sheamus Big E feud's coming. Corbin and Riddle feud will continue. How excited are you guys for the cousin match? Thumbs down. Wow.
For the storytelling purpose of where Roman needs to get to, I'm all for it because look, I just want to see Roman Reigns kick somebody's ass and talk smack while he's doing it. I want to see him let his hair down finally. I can't begin to tell you guys what it feels like when you get to play that heel role after playing a face for so long. In OVW, I was a babyface my entire run there. Forever, it felt like. And then finally, WWE calls me up to SmackDown, never had any heel experience, no repetitions, getting heat on an opponent, nothing. And then, so I didn't even get to enjoy it. But when I got sent back down to OVW and got to work on my heel persona, it was like letting your hair down. You're getting to breathe a little bit. And these are the times you start to get little glimpses of who you really are. Because heels have more room, more latitude to try new things. Roman's going to figure out who he is very quickly, I have a feeling. And we all get to watch it. So I don't care if it was a stuffed animal. I don't care if it's a broomstick he's wrestling. I just want to see Roman continue to develop this. It's going to be awesome. So far, he's hitting a home run with it.
Let's see. We got a couple other things here just to address. The chat room's just on fire tonight. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us live while we're recording the WrestleMania podcast. Neo Akira, $2 saying Chris Jericho's new T-shirt. I got lame mimosa'd, so perhaps tomorrow night. Let's see. Somebody pointed out, and I apologize, Anthony Puck, saying that Rambling Rabbit was in the background for the Alexa and Nikki segment, so it could very well be Alexa on the Firefly.
Oh, good call.
Next week.
Good call, Anthony.
So Jewel Slinger, $4.99 saying, calling it the squirrel puppet. Yes, Rambling Rabbit. Alexa will be the surprise on the Funhouse by the Fiend's side. I think that'll be fantastic if they go that direction.
I don't know why Raj is so against this. I think this is great.
My favorite YouTube commented ever about Raj Giri is sad man.
But like he's so against, I don't know why. Alexa, God forbid, being even Sister Abigail. Remember that? He's like, no, it can't be. I'm like, that would be amazing if it was her, actually. What do you mean? She's spinning her wheels in this stupid tag team that I hate. She's a great heel. And she's a main of. From the women's side of things. I'm sorry, I've always felt she's a main event talent. She is. She's a great promo. She's a good little actress on top of it. Like, look at that segment with Braun. That was really good. When the smacking segment with him, she did a good job of that. And I want to see her get some more, cut her teeth a little bit more with, not Braun, but, Bray. Like, I think it's intriguing.
And let me, here's a reference you'll get about this. Remember, like, when Kid Rock did the duet picture, and he originally released it to radio with a singer by the name of Allison Moore. And she's very talented. She's very good. But then the version with Sheryl Crow came out, and people were like, well, Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow, holy shit. These are two superstars working together, putting together a song, telling us a story. It had more weight and meaning when it's someone that you know, someone that you love, this entity of themselves. I think with Bray and Alexa, it's the same thing. If it was just some no-name indie wrestler coming in to play Sister Abigail or to be part of the Funhouse,
or
like,
to be part of it. Yes. And I'm not saying it has to be Sister Abigail. I'm just saying I've liked the glimpses, even during that Braun fight, right? When they showed the glimpse of her being Sister Abigail in Braun's head in that moment, right? Like, where I was like, why is it her? I'm like, why do we care? This is good. This is good storytelling, dude. Braun wasn't, it wasn't important enough. They were in a mixed tag team challenge on the internet, on Facebook, and shouldn't. I'm like, that's what's cool. Like, that's a good hook. Oh, not enough people saw it. I'm like, oh, brother, come on, man.
I really liked the Mixed Match Challenge the first season. The second season, I stopped watching halfway through.
I wasn't a fan of it, but that's not the point. The point is it was really good attention to detail. You got to give them applause when they do put attention to detail like that.
And Matt, it's funny. I mean, I know there's only so many hours in a week, but I'll tell you that there was more storytelling and character building in the vignettes they did for the Mixed Match Challenge. I remember, like, Sammy and Becky together, like, they did a lot of interesting stuff that if you're a nerd that likes storyline and character development, that's where it all was. It certainly wasn't on WWE television. Name in a row 499 wants to know, Matt, is it weird wrestling someone who doesn't wear shoes like Matt Riddle? Also, do you think Paul stays with Brock but on Raw?
That's an interesting question, actually, about the Brock. I would say yes. If Brock's coming back, Paul will definitely be there. But have I wrestled somebody without shoes? I don't believe I ever have, actually. I'd stomp on his feet for sure as soon as the bell rung. That'd be the first thing I did, if I ever did. But no, I don't recall wrestling somebody without wrestling boots or shoes. No.
Just as I've said before, if you're going to kick me in the face, I want a clean pair of socks, and I want your sock-covered feet on my face. I don't want your shoes, and I don't want your nasty-ass bare feet touching my face.
That's gross.
It's really gross.
I agree.
Brandon, thank you. $5 pointing out again one of the Funhouse puppets in the background during Alexa Nikki. Pretty much sure that sets her up. Although there could be a swerve and it could be Nikki. That would be unheard of or unforeseen. So let's see. God, you guys with the chats tonight, killing me. It's fantastic though. Antoine Fair thinks it's gonna be Braun that's the new friend, not Alexa. That would be a swerve. I think Braun's almost too big for that. That would be like, Kid Rock debuting with Rob Thomas. People are like, Rob Thomas? Why is Rob Thomas giving Kid Rock the time of day?
No, we want Alexa.
Yes. John Cena's bald spot. Your favorite commenter, Matt. $5. Would you want to see Reigns heel turn lead to Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania 37 if there's fans by that point?
Oh, shoot. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yes. I didn't think of that. Yes, great call. I would kill for that. Yeah.
Bobby Burns paying $1.99 into Raj Giri's pocket to say Raj is overrated and always brings the show down.
Oh, God. That was not my purpose of saying that earlier. The purpose of what I was saying earlier, obviously, is just there's people out there, and Raj was one of them, that just for whatever reason wasn't, even though he thinks that she's a really good wrestler as a heel like I do, he does agree with me on that. But just the whole relation with Sister Abigail, not enough people are hooked. You know what I mean? With Alexa being with Braun or whatnot. I dug it. I thought it was a great twist. And I pray that she's part of this. I really do.
Jay Glizzy pointing out Bray and Alexa being like Joker and Harley Quinn.
Brother. Yep. Come on.
Oh, and Matt, so that Harley Quinn animated series I sent you the link to the clips of, that's on HBO Max now. Yes. All the seasons are available, streaming it for an HBO Max member. Highly recommend checking out if you want a good adult cartoon.
Send me the David Arquette thing. Raj, and send that to me.
Okay, I will.
Please.
I'll ping Raj. I know David Arquette's documentary is supposed to be really good. So much to watch this weekend. New season of The Boys dropped on Amazon. Hey, did you watch season 1 of The Boys?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. New season AP Bio. AP Bio's on Peacock. It's a very funny show. I still haven't watched Umbrella Academy. I'm still have to watch season 2 of that on Netflix. It dropped a few weeks ago. I feel like I'm behind on things. But what I've been watching is like on Disney Plus. I've just been watching Simpsons episodes. Like that's been our go-to the last couple of weeks. And that YouTube channel I tweeted about, that 80s commercial vault, where all it is a guy takes commercials out of old VHS recordings from the 80s and 90s and puts them on YouTube. I swear to God, we go through hours of that a night. It's fantastic.
Is that on Netflix or something? What's it on?
No, it's on YouTube. It's just called 80s Commercial Vault, and it's just 80s and 90s commercials.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Savan Vivar, $10. Thank you. Does WWE putting Jey Uso in the main event of a B-level pay-per-view like Clash of Champions bring up any concerns again that WWE is failing to bring up or make new stars? Seems like always the same pattern.
No. This is not the same pattern. The same pattern is John Cena versus Randy Orton. That's the same pattern. That's not what this is. This is good storytelling to get to the big. You said it yourself. It's a B-level pay-per-view, right? So if there's a time to do this family storyline very quickly, very briefly, to show the badassery that is now Roman Reigns getting heat on his own flesh and blood, I'm telling you, it's going to give that extra layer that he needs right now. I think this was very smart. I do.
And I think either of the Usos would be great in singles competition. They have so much personality, so much charm.
But again, I'm not trying to be a jerk saying this. They're not going to be singles acts all of a sudden, okay?
Yeah.
This is very specific for Roman's storyline, for his character building. That's all this is, folks.
Kevin Dunn's front tooth, $5, saying, hope you love my name. I wish this rumor happened where The Fiend would have retained, then Goldberg would have come and taken the title the week later, setting up Roman versus Goldberg.
Ooh. Well, now we have a heel Roman. That's a different story. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. And it's front teeth. There's 2 of them. He's got 2 of them.
Jackson Callens, $4.99. Thanks for the podcast tonight, guys. Much love as always. Of course, thank you, Jackson.
What up, Jackson?
So Tina Miller, $5, saying, I'm for the Roman heel train. You can't protect everyone. When you build up a monster heel, somebody has to be their breakfast.
Yeah, Tina Miller, tell him. She's right.
So this main event tonight, okay, so we had Matt Riddle versus Sheamus versus Baron Corbin versus Jey Uso. Had a lot of Riddle and Corbin getting into it, right? So, I mean, that feud's definitely good.
Definitely. Yeah.
Continue from there. I mean, Sheamus versus Big E is obviously going to go on through here. I mean, this was a lengthy match, man. And I think that the craziest thing to me was Jey Uso pinned Matt Riddle. I would have really guessed Baron Corbin was ripe for the pin.
I didn't like that. Yes, I did not like that. Matt Riddle should not be taking pins yet.
Yeah, but all 4 of these guys looked good.
They did, but it was my only complaint of tonight's show, was that Matt Riddle shouldn't have taken that pin. All in all, this was an insanely good show. Wait to see my score I'm giving it tonight, by the way.
Wow. And this was a really good match. And I think even the promo after, this is where I'm just curious more than anything. I mean, I'm interested. But Jay getting that win and then cutting that promo on Reigns, saying that it's lockdown. Welcome to, saying the rest. I mean, this was like a friendly promo. This isn't going to be just 2 cousins saying, this isn't going to be Rocky and Apollo at the end of Rocky 3 saying, let's find out who's finally better. Like, they got to put some heat on this.
But on one side of the equation, the babyface did his job by doing that. Yes, he should be saying it that way. That's why I liked what he said. Roman, on the other hand, like you said, I'll even steal the phrase from Rocky. Ding, ding. When that happens, it's going to be game over. Roman's going to, like Tina said, eat his lunch.
And I could think that would be a good angle, right? Where Roman's like, yeah, you're my cousin. I love you. But let's face it. Like, you got stuck in a tag team. I've been a superstar since day one.
I don't even want that. I want him to say, you're just like the rest of all these fans. You're worse. You rode my coattails. The reason you're even on this show as long as you are is because you're related to me, Roman Reigns, superstar. You know what I mean? You look at AOP. AOP just got released. You know why that wasn't you? Because you're related to me. Like, I would just cut fire promos on them.
Damn.
Even though they're amazing, I'm not saying that. No, I'm just saying if I'm being a dicky heel here to get heat, these are the things I'd be saying.
I was gonna say, what's the Morgan family reunions like? Where it's like, well, I think it's obvious. where all the genetics went in this family. But
you got if you're that Roman needs to be cutting fire heel promos on him when he gets the chance, because again, not just the physicality, but the verbal stuff too, of what a jerk he now has become. And it's very easy to see why he would become this jerk. Think about it. This guy gave us everything we asked for in a superstar for years. And we still regurgitated him back. You know what I mean? So, like, I'd be pretty pissed by that. If I did everything the right way, did everything, everything and oh my God, I didn't even think of this in so long. We didn't even bring up the fact that, like, P.S. Hello, this man went through freaking radiation, correct?
Yeah.
Like, you want to talk about going through some serious, like, what? And then the fans still, remember they gave him little baby face pops when that was all happening and going down when he came back. But let's be clear, they also started booing again. Not too long after that. I'm like, what the frick does this guy have to do?
Yeah.
You know, but now this is why I'm really looking forward to hearing him talk more.
No, and in fact,
he's going to have some. I just know he's got such good stuff cooked up.
I mean, and let's call it the obvious about the bravery of WWE doing this heel turn and taking this move with Roman when they're doing Connor's Cure Month. And this is something traditionally, as a baby face, he's always been at the forefront of. He has a huge personal story there. I mean, they're taking a risk in terms of doing the Roman heel turn now, even more so. And I think it's gonna, I'll be curious, Matt, to your point, how much real stuff they're gonna bring into Roman's storyline here. But you know, and this might have had something to do with it. Ethan Kaufman, $5, saying, I would have never guessed Bayley's heel run would be better than her face run. Thought as a face she would have been huge, but it didn't happen. I'm actually gonna say Bayley paved the way for heel Roman for them to take that risk because heel Bayley worked so well.
It definitely has worked well. But brother, every wrestling fan in America has been screaming from mountaintops all around this country, turn Roman heel.
Yes.
I would argue almost at the same level with turn John Cena heel. Not quite, but almost. Like, this is them finally listening.
I think it is, but I'm telling you, if Bayley hadn't gone well as a heel, I don't think they would be as willing to take this risk. I'm telling you, I think that has something to do with it.
I think you're unnecessary to give my credit about that.
Arian Gomez, $2, saying, I dig the darker tone of SmackDown tonight. Let's talk about it. What is your score?
You guys think I'm crazy? I'm giving them a 10.
Wow.
It's the first time I've given them a 10 ever on this show.
This is the closest to if this is not an A+, this is the closest to an A+ I can think of SmackDown being in quite some time.
The only gripe, again, is the fact that Riddle took a pin. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to give him one more. Heavy Machinery winning.
This is from Kevin Paveo, $2 super chat, saying Roman versus Jey Uso will bring back Rocket Mania. The Rock's going to have to do a tweet about this. He's going to have to pick a side, right?
I hope so. That'd be awesome. That would be really cool if he did. I'd pop.
If The Rock doesn't do some tweet acknowledging this match,
he will.
Yeah, he will.
Unless he can't get to his own, but yes, of course he will.
He has people for that, Matt. Do you think The Rock really does all his tweets on his own?
Don't ruin it for me. Do not ruin it for me.
Oh, Bobby, look, it's not every couple of months, but they've had the run-ins with the law. Bobby Bird saying, given the Usos' history with arrests, who's the heel going into Clash of Champions? And I don't think I think Jey Uso is the babyface in this setup.
I didn't hear your complaints about Jeff Hardy being a babyface.
That's true. Brandon Kassler, $5, saying the Tribal Chief is so much more badass than the Big Dog. Also, he needs new gear. I like with the tribe thing. That was interesting.
I like it too. But by the way, Big Dog, it would have been cool. Michael Cole just cannot say any of these things. When Michael Cole says something, he ruins it.
I don't know. When he tells me it's boss time,
he kills it and ruins it.
Okay, so I do have to say one minor ding. The big bronze statue of Roman in his entrance does look pretty silly.
Oh, I dug it.
You like that?
I thought it was so arrogant. Yeah.
It is arrogant, but it's like, it's a little silly. I mean, a little bit.
Okay.
Antoine Fair, $5. I don't think Roman's going to be dating the jerky lines. I think that's what Paul is for. I have a feeling he's going to smirk and leave and spare. Oh, I got it. So, Paul will be the one. I think he meant
delivering
getting
the fire for sure.
Yeah.
But Roman, that's what's cool about this. He's going to get there himself. Yeah. He's not just going to be completely mute. I know we got that tonight. And there'll be promos where he is mute, but I guarantee you he will also be talking, not more than Brock did.
Alonzo Smith's suffering succotash. Think they'll have Paul try and get over suffering succotash?
I bet you he could.
Actually, that would kind of fit Paul, though, because like we talked about, Paul does have that Abbott and Costello, Warner Brothers cartoon.
No, I meant in a way of making fun of it and saying, you idiots, you had this Greek god, right? God's gift to pro wrestling out here saying stupid lines like suffering succotash. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a great thing to make fun of to Vince for thinking that it was a great line. Actually, it was Michael, what's his name, who gave it to him, right? Michael Hayes, I believe.
I would love to know if anything has changed about the booking of things and creative and how this is put together tonight, because I feel like tonight's show and where they're going, I don't want to jinx it, but this is just an about face from what we've had.
I think so much of this, though, brother, has to do with intriguing characters that we've emotionally invested in. We've invested in Big E. We've loved Big E. We've been wanting to see him become a singles act for God knows how long now. It's happening. The bigger ones, obviously, Roman being a heel. All right. You have Sasha and Bayley just absolute killing it every single week. They're still in the fray on the show, doing their thing and hitting it at an all-time high, might I add, in their storyline tonight. I mean, that's a lot. Then you have Bray Wyatt's storyline. You have so much cool stuff happening right now at the same time that all things are clicking. And a lot of it's because they've moved their big characters forward with something new. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I didn't even bring up the Sami Zayn, AJ, Jeff. That's going to be an awesome match.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, dude, and meanwhile on Raw, I mean, I don't know, are the Viking Raiders and Street Profits going to go bowling next week? Maybe we'll have another poisoning. Maybe,
listen. Viking Warriors and Heavy Machinery, they all need to go on an island and just never come back for me.
Maybe Zelina Vega will try and, report fraudulently the Street Profits for cheating on their taxes. I mean, think about all the other things that could happen in this ongoing soap opera that is Monday Night Raw. It's
terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
It's really bad. Like Monday Night Raw,
so hard to watch.
Here's the weirdest part. Monday Night Raw is what everybody thinks, like everyone who doesn't like or watch wrestling thinks wrestling is. Monday Night Raw is the epitome of that.
You're correct.
And it's the flagship show. SmackDown is so much better. So much better.
So much better.
And tonight, yes, the Heavy Machinery stuff was stupid with the contract and the lunchbox, but I'll forgive that.
I'm still giving them their 10. Yeah, I'm giving the show the 10.
And I'm looking forward. Xavier Woods is going to be on Talking Smack tomorrow. So I'm curious where Talking Smack's going to go.
It'll be good.
So tomorrow night, we are going to have Matt Morgan, Sam Adonis, and Raj Giri talking about AEW All Out.
Yeah.
Which, what match are you looking forward to most on that card?
Oh, my God. Let's see. Jeez. Probably. I'm really looking forward to Sammy versus Hardy. Obviously, I love Sammy Guevara. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a good big win for him in his career. But I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to the Jericho Orange Cassidy thing. I think that's a little silly.
Moxley and MJF?
But that's obviously the headliner for me. Yeah, definitely. And even honestly, even the stuff with Cody and company and the Dark Order. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm excited for that too, Dark Order.
Well, after the outcry, they're moving Britt Baker and Big Swole to the main card tomorrow night. That's going to be a cinematic match. It's going to be in Britt Baker's dentist office.
Oh, I didn't know that. For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That'll be cool.
That's good for character building. Good.
Z Rivera, $5 super chat. I could see Reigns trying to get Uso to lay down for the count. Uso refusing and getting squashed as a result. Kudos to SD Creative on an A+ show tonight. I'm hoping we're not going to see it coming. I hope with Jey Uso, all the stuff we're talking about, like way off base. I really want them to surprise us with how they're going to handle this this storyline in this match.
I mean, I think he'll then fight his brother next.
Oh,
potentially. Yeah. Who knows? I know that's not exciting for a lot of fans, but I'm telling you, the whole family thing will play so much bigger once you start seeing him kicking his own family's ass. That's just a different level of jerky.
Which is interesting too, right? Because we've talked about this before. That could be actually an amazing faction if they had Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and then Naomi and Tamina in there as well. Like, that'd be really good.
It would.
It'd be really, really good.
It really would. But for me, not at the cost of Roman being a heel. No way. I'll take Roman as a heel versus almost anything right now. I'm excited about this.
Aaron Gomez, $2 predictions. Moxley versus MJF. I hope MJF loses.
What is wrong with you? Are you out of your mind? Go back to his name so I can call him by his name at least. Arian, you're always right in here and ask questions. I'm disappointed, Aaron. You write better stuff than this. You don't like MJF? Dude, MJF for me is the business. The business. He's the future. And you're correct. He's not going to be winning the title here. I wish he was, but yeah. I don't think so. And I don't like how they've booked him, to be perfectly honest. Go back and watch AEW from this past Wednesday. You can hear it clear as day. They're trying to bring more oomph, more anger, just him, more rage out of MJF when he was doing the beatdown scene with his ring on with Moxley. Moxley, you can literally hear him go, all right, go crazy. Like as he was getting punched in the head. Because he was calling it on the fly. You can go back and watch it. You can hear Moxley about 3 different times. Go back and watch it, turn the volume way up. Moxley's good, man. That's a pro's pro right there. Because he knows he needed to get not just blood, but he needed to get MJF to this next level of not just the witty promo and the rich kid and all these other great things about him, but that edge that he now needs. When it comes time when the bell rings, he can kick your butt. Most people would not be scared to run into MJF in a dark alley. Well, this was designed to get him to that next level. And I give Moxley all the credit in the world for calling it for him out there. And you can hear it clear as day. He did it 3 different times during the heat on him. And it was well done.
No, I think, I don't know. I think he's not a bad pick for champion. I think that it's a little.
I think they'll think it's still a little bit too early for him. That's why I don't like the fact that they're booking themselves in a corner with this match yet. There's no reason to give us this match. This is a match that should be. Well, I could argue that for a lot of different people, right? Roman's heel turn, I can make the same argument for. It should be happening in front of fans. Let's wait till we get fans back. We just don't know when the hell that's going to be, right? So, who am I to critique them for that?
Aaron Gomez, $2, following up to say it's too early for MJF to win the title. So there, he agrees with you.
Yeah.
Troy Jackson, Australian, $5. That's like $6 American. Saying Roman's new theme has to have been delayed due to WWE breaking with CFO. What should his new theme be like? I mean, I like his theme as it is. I don't think his theme is CFO. I thought he was a Jim Johnston, one of the.
I'll be honest, guys. That stuff I think is nerdy, and I don't really care who plays the music for people. Unless, obviously, if it's like a real band I've heard of and it's cool music, then that's different. But go ahead, sorry.
Bigfoot Sneaker at $4.99 saying, I think WWE should bring back Invasion. Monday Night Raw needs help. Just have NXT invade. I want to jump off that for a second. Thank you, Bigfoot Sneakerhead, for that $4.99. It's interesting that Retribution is nowhere to be seen tonight, confirming the rumor that they are Raw only from now on. Retribution even says, you know what, Raw sucks. SmackDown, you're okay. We're not gonna attack.
I'll be honest, Raw needs something. So let's see what happens. Even though I hate it, I hate Raw more than I hate Retribution. I should say something.
Wow. I mean, who doesn't love a black hoodie? Pretty hard.
Let's see what happens. Let's see who they are. Hopefully it's something good. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Okay, folks, we're almost at the hour mark here. Tomorrow night, Matt Morgan, Sam Adonis, Raj Giri, AEW All Out.
AEW.
And there'll be fans there tomorrow night. It's going to be something.
I'm excited. Oh my God. I didn't even say, obviously, the tag match before.
Yeah.
I am ecstatic because FTR is going to win the tag titles finally. So, very happy about that.
Yeah, I think that'll be exciting. Cool, guys. He's at BP Matt Morgan. I'm at Glenn Rubenstein. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 dropped today. Big Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan from back in the day, Matt?
The video game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
So they redid it for Xbox and PlayStation. So it's the same as the original. It just looks better. But I was up at like 6 in.the morning playing it last night. It feels exactly the same as the original. It's so good.
Do you remember TNC Surf Designs?
Yes. Dude, California games like could have been so awesome. Like all of those did. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Was that with the power? Wait, was that with the power pad or no?
No, it did not have the power pad. No.
Do you remember the power pad itself?
Oh, I owned it, and we used to just beat on it with our fists.
Yes, I was going to say. Do you remember? Do you remember doing that?
720 Degrees is like my all-time favorite arcade game for the skateboarding because they have the half pipe, the downhill, the jump, the slalom, and you can't play it on a home system because of that rotational joystick.
Yes, that only
I kicked myself. 20 years ago, I could have bought that arcade machine for $300, and I didn't do it.
Oh, dude, you should.
I think about that all the time. It's the best skateboarding game of all time.
Yes, it is.
I like it better than Tony Hawk, and I love Tony Hawk. But
so much of it is with that joystick, to be fair.
Yeah. Antoine Fair taking us home with a $5 super chat, reminding us that Jimmy's hurt till next year. But I do see you getting whooped here shortly with Jay, but also see Goldberg versus Roman for Survivor Series. Yeah, Goldberg is semi-active. I think Goldberg, we have not seen the last of him in WWE. So on that note, take care. See you back here tomorrow night.